Tantor Audio, a division of Recorded Books, presents Kneel by Dani René, narrated by Duran and Elizabeth Hart. Most men pursue pleasure with such breathless haste that they hurry past it. Kierkegaard. Prologue. Nate. Greed is my vice, a sin that leads to my addictions. One of the 7 deadly sins, to be exact. Perhaps greed didn't lead to my demise, but it did, in many ways, change me. My tastes differ from most men. I enjoy the tears on a beautiful rosy-hued cheek. I revel in degrading women in sexual ways for my gratification and theirs. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying my tastes are right. All I'm saying is that there are women out there who come to me to be degraded. At 36, I've had many slaves in my dungeon. A sir to beautiful, intelligent, and submissive women who enjoy being called names while I'm fucking them. In their humiliation, I command them what to do, while spitting out taunts at them. You'd be surprised how many get off on it, as if being called beautiful was wrong. In this world etched with darkness, that's where I find comfort. It's where I'm most myself. Where I'm allowed to let go of life's stresses, to see things in a completely different way. Where I revel and play with my demons, others shy away from their true animalistic needs. I've currently got a raven-haired beauty on her knees before me. She's being watched by 3 other dominant men while she kisses my shoes in exchange for an orgasm. I can tell she's needy because her breaths are ragged, and I can smell her arousal. It drenches the room in a scent so intoxicating. The men watching have their dicks out, stroking themselves to the slave on her knees. Like darkness feeds and preys on my soul, I do the same with curvaceous beauties. Up, on your back. Open your legs as far as they will go, I command, my voice raspy with lust. Her real name is Christine, but in this dungeon, where devils come to play, she's called Fuck Toy. It's written on her stomach, just above her belly button. Her smooth-shaven cunt is bared to me, the soft pink flesh glistening. Picking up the champagne glass I brought into the dungeon only moments ago, I drizzle the contents over her mound, watching the clear, bubbly liquid drip down her folds. "Please, Sir Nate," she begs. They all plead at one time or another. Her thighs are trembling. Her big green eyes peek at me with unabashed need. I pick up the scrap of material she was wearing, a thong, pink and girly, yet there's nothing innocent about her. Kneeling at her cunt, I push the silk into her hole, fucking it into her like I would my cock. Her moans skyrocket through the room. The desire, lust, and darkness is palpable. A living, breathing entity joining us in our depravities. I glance at the men. They're edging, bringing themselves to the edge of orgasm to make their lust last. They're in awe of the woman who's allowing me to degrade her. "Come on your panties. Soak them," I grunt, before clamping her clit with the metal teeth attached to a slinky chain, which is connected to the clamps on her nipples. She screeches in pleasure. Pain, I don't fucking care. All I know is that I need to be inside her. "You love being a slut, don't you?" I ask. But all I hear are her moans and whimpers. The sounds vibrate through her and she shudders. The 3 men to my left grunt as they find their own releases. I move to her mouth, gripping my thick cock in my fist and slamming it down her throat, gagging her. "That's a good whore," I growl as my own release shoots through me. And like any good slave, she swallows every damn drop. Nate. Taking in the city below me, I watch the lights flicker on as the sun finally dips below the horizon, leaving the sky a deep orange glow. I've always found solace in the dark. Even when my addiction became something that threatened my livelihood, I would sit in the dark, looking out over the busy city, and know that I wasn't alone. Everyone at one point in their lives wants, needs, and takes. I've learned at an early age that people will do almost anything for something that's bad for them. Vices. We all have them. I bring the tumbler to my lips and take a long sip of the spicy cognac. I'd spent my teens hooked on drugs, and my 20s were spent gambling away my life. And now in my 30s, I'm addicted to women and sex. The darkness of my desires is where I found myself. The real me. Where I came to meet the man that's somehow comfortable in himself for the first time. It happened the first time I degraded one of the girls I was fucking. In that depraved darkness, I knew where I belonged. In the world of BDSM. It was the only time I was truly in control. The gambling stopped and I basked in my new addiction. Years on, I'm still here, enjoying every moment. Women come to me for the solace that I normally seek in the darkness. There's times I wonder how they can want me. A man who finds satisfaction in degrading them, but I've learned never to judge someone for their tastes. When the lights in the building opposite turn off, I know it's time. She's on her way. Guilt ebbs through me, but I will it away by downing the dregs of my drink. I told her I'd be there at 10, and I know she's just left work to make her way to the place I'd torment my slaves, submissives, whatever you want to call them. Me? I call them sluts. Yes, I'm an asshole. I'm the man in the Armani suit that your mother warned you about. The one who will steal your heart while fucking your body. And when I walk away, I'll leave you in tattered pieces. Picking up my phone, keys, and wallet, I make my way down to the parking lot that sits below the office building. As soon as I reach my Mercedes-Benz, I press the key fob and it unlocks with a click along with the lights flashing. In the driver's seat, I settle back and start the engine to a soft purr. With the car in gear, I head out onto the road, the long stretch that will take me to the club 7 Sins, which has become my second home of the past few years. A place where I can find what I need in the women that offer themselves to me. When I found out what my tastes were sexually, this was the first place I walked into where I finally felt free. Being in the finance industry and having people know that you're a sir who enjoys degrading women doesn't go hand in hand. But Mason and Carrick have set themselves up with a gold mine, and I don't mind giving them my money when they've spent their time making sure that the club is discreet, the clients are vetted, and the surroundings classy. Mr. Ashcroft, the barman greets with a nod, setting a tumbler on the counter after I venture inside the club. My signature drink, a double brandy with 1 block of ice. Anything more would kill the taste, whereas this gives it a tease, making sure the flavor fills my mouth the same way a woman would when I eat her out. Most men probably have no idea how to devour a sweet cunt. They have to make sure her toes curl, that her moans are so loud her throat burns from crying out your name. And if she isn't pulling your hair out by the root, then you're definitely doing it wrong. Sitting back, I offer him a nod. Thank you, Dylan, I grunt out, turning my attention to the stage. A woman steps out under the spotlight. The lighting in the club is turned down completely, attention on the podium. Allowing my gaze to drink her in, I can't help noticing her elegance. She's slim, striking, with a classic yet alluring beauty. I know who she is. She's the reason I'm here tonight. The last name on my list. After her, I'll be done, and the requirements of the agreement I signed will be complete. Her long, wavy, dark hair, the color of chestnuts, with thin golden streaks highlighted by the light above her head, hangs to the middle of her back. She's dressed in a floor-length red gown that hugs her curves with thin straps over her shoulders. My guess is that she's in her early 20s. I never know the ages of the girls I take on. I only know they're innocent to this world of depravity. My gaze falls to her full lips. They're glistening with pink gloss. My dick thickens at the possibility of her kneeling before me with those same glossy pink lips wrapped around the base of my cock. Perfection. I'm almost done with my perusal of her when those big blue eyes, the same hue as a tropical ocean, meet mine from across the room. I make no move to show her she's made me hard as a fucking rock. No, I keep still. Our gaze is locked in a standoff. You'll lose this one, darling. Trust me. A moment later, she breaks the link, dropping her gaze to the floor and greeting the audience. The small smile she offers the crowd isn't for them. I know it because she casts one quick glance at me, and then she's holding the microphone in hand, about to announce the next show. Tall, lithe, and exquisite. A submissive if I ever saw one. Perhaps I can keep her. Turn her into a slave who will be there at my beck and call. Quite the stunner, isn't she, Nate? I turn to find Carrick grinning like he's hit the jackpot. The beauty on stage opens her mouth, and the voice that falls from her lips is sultry, sensual, and I'm immediately enamored with her. The couple who's going to teach the audience some rope work steps up on stage. Mason and Savannah. But they're not where my focus lies. It's on the dark-haired stunner. What's her name? I ask, acting as if I don't know. There's one thing I can't let on, and that is that this is planned. Carrick doesn't need to know. Sipping my drink, I savor the burn, trying to calm my raging heart-on by focusing on the feel of the amber liquid trailing its way down my throat. Evangeline, I call her Ava. She's an old friend, he informs me, but doesn't tear his gaze away from her. I have a feeling he means more than just friend, but I don't question him. She's 22 in a couple of weeks. I've known her since she was 16. Also beautifully submissive, he tells me with satisfaction, and I know then that he's been with her. If there's one thing Carrick knows, it's how to get to me. I've become a regular in this place, and he knows my game, to get all new talent before any of the other dominants get their teeth sunk into the women. This time he's got the upper hand. It's okay, though. I never take them for longer than one night. And this will be no different, I decide. This agreement is only for one night, to make sure my benefactor is happy with my work and move on. And that's what I intend to do. Any thoughts of more with Ava are only fantasy. Tell her to meet me in the Black Dungeon. I want to play. I gulp the last of my brandy, rising to full height while offering him my hand. Once we shake, he nods and heads toward the stage. I don't wait. I head to the room where I'm about to devour the pretty girl. I shut the door behind me, shrugging off my jacket. I hang it on the hook near the mirror. This room is one of my favorites. It's furnished with a large king-size bed, red and black curtains which hide the two-way mirrors where people can watch me use the slaves. It's got a wall filled with whips, chains, floggers, and a few other naughty torture devices. An old friend, Oliver, is a fan of this room as well. We've all got our different needs, his being pain. A sadist that enjoys both men and women. He does prefer men, but I've seen him turn a young woman into a whimpering kitten. My kink is degradation, humiliation. I love making girls cry, ensuring they feel like nothing, then soothing the pain I've caused by fucking them mercilessly. Over the years, I've found myself with slaves begging for that treatment, and in turn spent 4 long years with beautiful women walking in and out of my dungeon. I've never kept one, never wanted to claim a woman as mine. I've always leaned toward sharing. Even though I've had girls on my arm, I've used others as humiliation, which in turn only makes them want me more. I never understood it, but who am I to deny them what they need? When I hear the knock on the door, I smirk with satisfaction of what I'm about to do. The woman I know is sitting behind the mirror will get off my back, and the one that's about to be kneeling before me will take the edge off. Come in, I call to the door, not turning to watch her walk in. Always leave them wanting more, aching and needy. That's how a woman should be. The click, a soft whoosh, and then another resounding click tells me she's inside. In the cage with the lion, a hunter and his prey. Now it's time to play my game. Her perfume wafts over to me and I can't help inhaling deeply. The scent is sweet, reminding me of cherries. Take off your dress. My command echoes off the walls. I don't miss the gasp that falls from her cherry lips.
Carrick didn't tell me you wanted a scene. I'm not ready to...
Pivoting on my heel, I meet her blue eyes with a hard glare. Did I ask if you're ready? I stalk toward her. Reaching for her long dark hair, I grip it in my fist and tug her head back. Desire immediately swirls in her eyes, and I know she's a submissive, a slave. But can she handle degradation? Can she handle me?
No, sir. I'm sorry for speaking out of turn.
You will be, I inform her in a gruff tone. Now take your fucking dress off, slut. I want to see what I'm playing with tonight. I release her hair, stepping back to watch her slink out of the thin red material. As soon as it pools at her feet, I allow my gaze to trail from her plump lips down over her luscious tits, noticing how hard her nipples are, peeked behind the deep crimson sheer material that cups them. Her stomach is flat, with a small diamond adorning her navel. The panties, which match her bra, sheer and see-through, show me the small landing strip of dark hair that sits on her otherwise smooth mound. Fuck. Her long legs are toned, her skin glowing a delicate bronze that looks like she's been on the beach. Her heels are the color of a fine Cabernet, matching her underwear. Perfect. I want you on that chair. I point to the velvet armchair that's perfectly situated, facing the mirror. Drape each of your legs on either arm of the chair. I want you open. I need to see your cunt. I order with a no-nonsense tone that will tell her exactly what I am. An asshole. I'm brutal. I'm rude. And I don't give a fuck.
Yes, sir,
she murmurs. I watch her stroll over to the seat in question. Rolling the sleeves of my shirt to my elbows, I admire the way she moves. Graceful and elegant. She's simply exquisite. No other toy I've been with has captured my attention like she has in the first few moments like this. Once she's in position, I make my way to the curtain, tugging the rope which allows anyone who's watching to see what's going on inside the room. The blinking light in the corner of the window tells me there's already an audience, and I know who's sitting there. One small nod to tell the woman on the other side the show is about to start, and I'm turning back to my toy. I plan on edging her until she's crying, until her tears streak her pretty face. Then she'll make herself come while I'm watching. When I'm done with her, she'll be utterly fucked. I don't normally spend much more time with the girls from my list, but somehow I know I'll be taking extra time with Ava. Feeling her eyes on me as I move around the room, I head to the wall and pick up the candle. Lighting it, I carry it over to her. Do you like wax?
Yes, sir.
She smiles, not looking at me. Instead, her eyes are trained on my shiny black work shoes. Setting the candle on the small table, I crouch down beside her. Look at me. Her eyes flit over to me, meeting mine with hunger in them. Do you like sitting there with your cunt on display for those men? I question, pointing at the mirror. Her cheeks darken with embarrassment, then I find my cock hardening painfully.
Yes, sir.
Her words are gasoline to my already blazing need. I'm the fire that's about to scorch her, leaving her in the rubble of my destruction. Rub yourself. One finger. Tease those lips through your panties. I want you to make sure that scrap of material is wet with those delicious juices. Like the perfect slave, she moves her one hand down between her spread thighs. I watch in awe as her index finger glides over the material covering her slit. Her eyes flutter. Her long lashes whisper over her cheeks as the pleasure of her finger heightens her senses. Her hips move, bucking against her hand as she strokes herself into a heated frenzy. The scent of her arousal hits my nostrils, taunting me, and I know there's no way I'm going to let her get away without tasting every inch of her. Stop. Now shift the material out of the way. I want to see your pink hole. I gesture with my chin. Her fingers grip the now sodden material, moving it out of the way until I'm met with an incredible view of her tight pussy. I can't help palming my cock through the material of my slacks, imagining sliding into that perfect little body. She's incredibly sexy, stunning, and even in this depraved scene we're playing out, there's an elegance to her that I've never come across. As much as I know I shouldn't want her, I can't help it. This is an agreement, and I need to remember that. Such a pretty slut for me, aren't you, Ava? I ask, using her name for the first time since she's walked in here. Her deep blue gaze meets my dark one. Desire dances in her eyes like a flame in the darkness. In our darkness, I want to give her everything she's pleading for with that one look. Please, sir, she begs then. Her words set me off like a stick of dynamite lit to detonate everything in its path, and I know this woman is going to be my end. Put your fingers in your cunt. I want to taste them. I order while leaning in, waiting for her to get two of her long, delicate fingers wet. She slowly sinks them in, deep to the knuckle. As she pulls them from her body, she lifts them to my mouth, offering me the glistening digits. I immediately suck on them. The flavor of her races through my veins like a drug, musky, sweet, and tangy.
Do I please you, sir?
Her question hits me then, slamming into my chest, gripping my throat. When I open my eyes to regard her, I find the yearning in her stare. She needs this as much as I do. You do, sweet slut. Kneel on that chair. I'm going to fuck you in front of all those men jerking their dicks while they watch, I inform her, knowing that I'm leaving out one important fact. There's more than just a few men out there, that if Ava ever found that out, knew who was there, she'd hate me forever for doing this.
Ava. His order turns me molten. I shift off the chair, kneeling as he requested. Since I walked into the room, there's been an electric current racing through me. My blood is hot, my core is wet, and my mind is in a place of safety. How he knew I was a slave, I don't know. Carrick just told me an old friend of his would like to see me. He didn't mention what I was in for before I entered the room. Memories of Carrick and I together taunt me. What we did. Even though he wasn't open about what this man wanted, I know Rick. I trust him with my life. I know he'd never send me to a man who would hurt me. He's been my savior for far too long. My mind erases all thoughts of my past when I feel Sir's fingertips on the waistband of my panties as he slides them over my hips and down my thighs. His touch is gentle, but his filthy words incite desire straight to my core in the most deliciously dirty way. I learned early on that sex is something to be enjoyed rather than feared. I'd felt that familiar ache for the first time when I was 13. I remember touching myself, feeling that tingle, that jolt of need. Over the years, I kept it to myself, shy to talk to boys. That is, until I turned 16. Until Carrick.
Put your head down. Rest it on the cushion. Spread your legs wide. I want to see you. Both those pretty holes I'm about to use and fuck.
The filthy way he speaks to me sets my body and soul on fire. I'm hungry, needy for this man who talks to me like I'm nothing more than a slut. Even though he's a stranger, it feels as if he knows me, as if when he looks at me, he sees me, the real me. I've never loved someone, never wanted it. All I want is for someone to know who I am deep down, to fulfill this need, this ache that I'll never be good enough for men like this. That's why I asked Carrick to allow me to come here, to work as his hostess until I find my feet in this dark and forbidden world I've fallen into. To perhaps find a dominant worthy of giving me what I crave. I know I'm submissive. I have always been. It was only when Carrick taught me the right way did I find out where my missing pieces were. Those small shards of the girl I was laid at my feet, and slowly, with his help and guidance, I picked them up. Now I hold them in my hand, waiting for the man who will finally show me how to put them together. The gaping hole in my chest that many have left barren is still waiting to be filled. When the man behind me rains down a harsh swat on my ass, I can't stop the yelp that falls from my lips.
When I speak to you, answer me,
he grunts. But it's not anger that laces his tone and weaves its way around my core. It's desire. I'm sorry, sir, I answer, realizing I'm being stupid allowing my thoughts to drift to more than what this is. Men like him don't give girls like me love. They give us the pleasure we desire. They fill a need for us, the craving to be used, and then they walk away. I don't expect love from him, but it doesn't hurt to dream, to fantasize. Now, as he swats my ass again, I revel in it. I make believe that it's just him and me, and with each blissful spank, I smile.
Is my sweet slut getting wet? You're mine for tonight, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
Good slut,
he murmurs with reverence.
Actually, I prefer calling you sweet slut because your cunt tastes like cherries. Delicious.
People may wonder how I can enjoy this degradation, how humiliation can be a turn-on, but it is so much more. Deep in my soul, I find freedom and a sense of self in this punishment. He needs me to obey him by degrading me to nothing, and I ache for him to use me and make me whole with the pleasure I know he'll bestow on me if I'm a good girl. I know that once this scene ends, he'll care for me. A harsh swat with his large, rough hand lands on the fleshy globe, left, right, again and again, until I'm a whimpering mess.
Open that pert ass for me,
he murmurs, low and gravelly, his tone rich and smoky like the finest brandy. I reach back, and obeying his command, I spread the cheeks of my ass for him. I can feel my arousal trickling down my inner thigh.
You're wet, slut,
he remarks with pride. Yes, I am, sir.
Good girl,
he coos. Those two words are what every slave wants to hear. It means I've pleased my sir, or dominant. I've given him what he needs, and now he'll give me what I hunger for. Thank you, sir. I am here to please you, I whisper. I know there are people watching me right now. They're probably stroking their cocks, wishing it was them in here using me like a toy for their pleasure. But I'd rather have him above me than any other man. My mind is blank for a moment, my eyes closed in anticipation. That is until I feel him nudge my entrance with the crown of his cock. The warmth of him threatens to engulf me in its heat. He's not even an inch inside me, and I'm already whimpering.
I'm going to fuck you. This tiny cunt will take every inch of my cock. Do you understand me?
He says quietly for only me to hear. Before I have time to respond, he plunges inside me in one long stroke. His cock stretches me brutally. He's big, thick, and hard. I cry out in pained pleasure as I release myself and grip the leather of the chair I'm kneeling on. His hand swats at my ass, hard and unrelenting. He's trying to punish me, but all I feel is pleasure. His hips slam into me, pounding me like I'm a toy for his pleasure only. And I wish in this moment that it didn't have to end. I realize as the bliss of him fucking me sends jolts through my veins, I want to be anything for him. With a tight grip on my hips, he continues his assault. My clit throbs with pleasure.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?